Police are looking for a mob of teens who allegedly attacked two newspaper reporters. They were not working at the time. The two were reportedly leaving a show at the Addicts Theater in Norfolk when they got into a confrontation. 13 News reporter David Ham is live at the intersection of Church and Brambleton. And David, they were inside the car at a stoplight.
Yeah, Jenna, and this is the intersection where somebody threw a rock at the car. One of the reporters thinks that someone saw her locking her door. Leaving the Addicts Theater late on a Saturday night, Virginian Pilot reporters Marjan Rostami and Dave Forster told police they were attacked by a mob while at this intersection. Even though Forster was punched in the face several times and Rostami was hit in the head, cheek, and eye when she tried to pull her colleague and friend back inside, police coded the incident as a simple assault.
You by yourself, or if you're not from around here or you don't know anybody around here, you're a target. Automatically.
The incident happened 2 weeks ago. Details of the alleged attack surfaced in an editorial in Tuesday's paper, explaining that editors hesitated to assign a story about their own employees, but printed it after tweets were found from people joking about the victims. The piece estimated there were up to 30 people in the crowd attacking the reporters.
And then with all that Trayvon Martin stuff going on, a lot of dumb stuff is happening. People are reacting on different races for dumb stuff, so, it could be related to that, or it could be people just want to act stupid.
We asked the city about safety concerns because the attack happened near the Addicts Theater. The city didn't comment, saying it's a police investigation. Forster and Rostami weren't available to go into detail about what happened when we contacted them on Tuesday. People like Kevin Young, who lived near the intersection, told us he's surprised he didn't hear about the story sooner.
I guess it needs to be more coverage, because stuff like that don't need to happen in no community at all.
And both reporters are back on the job. Police are still searching for the suspects. Live in Norfolk, David Ham, 13 News.
First at 5, a mob of teens is accused of vandalizing and stealing from a local grocery store. And it's all caught on camera. Troutdale police say a group of at least 30 people raided the Albertsons on Southeast Stark Street at about 11:30 on Saturday night. This surveillance video shows them causing mayhem throughout the store. KPTV Sophie Sung joins us now live from Troutdale with how one witness described the chaotic scene. Sophie?
Yeah, police say that there was a large party across the street earlier in the night that they had to disband. They believe those partiers then headed here to this Albertsons, where they stole everything they could get their hands on. It was a mob-style takeover at the Troutdale Albertsons Saturday night. Surveillance cameras caught a group of more than 30 teens ransacking the store.
They think it's a joke. I mean, they really think it's a joke, and it hits home.
We talked with one witness off camera who described the mayhem.
They were pretty much bragging about how much stuff they stole and dropping stuff as they were running away.
You can see teens riding around in the store's electronic carts, sprinting up and down the aisles, and throwing fruit in the produce department. One teen even got behind the Starbucks counter and appeared to be trying to steal money from the register.
All the fruit counters were knocked over, all the bags of chips were open on the floors. It was just vandalism and just taking advantage of businesses. It's not right.
Police say only about 4 employees were working that night, and they were outnumbered by the large crowd.
A lot of stuff was going on, so everybody just pretty much spread. So you couldn't really keep an eye on one person.
Police say the teens grabbed items off store shelves and stole whatever they could get their hands on.
Some running, some just walking and just bragging to other people. Other guys just saying, look what I got, and pulling stuff out of their shirts and backpacks in the parking lot.
When officers arrived, they arrested 2 suspects, ages 14 and 15. The rest of the group managed to get away.
As a business owner, I was pretty upset. Just to trade hats. If it was my business, I'd be furious.
And police say they're waiting for a report from Albertsons to find out exactly what was stolen and how much. Meanwhile, the teens could face theft, disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief charges. Reporting live in Troutdale tonight, Sophie Sung, the 5 o'clock news.
Tonight, a community is on edge and demanding answers after a peaceful vigil turned violent. The vigil was held for a 16-year-old who was shot and killed by NYPD officers. Dozens of people then broke off from the vigil, rioting and trashing stores, including this Brooklyn Rite Aid. And some residents are questioning the police's response to the entire situation. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor live in East Flatbush tonight with more. Alice?
Stepped-up police presence here tonight with officers on every corner. Some of those officers from neighboring boroughs like the Bronx. They're hoping things have cooled down, but they're not taking any chances. A mob of angry people stormed down Church Avenue Monday night, leaving a path of destruction in their wake. We've obtained surveillance video of the wave of violence. At Church Farms Market, people threw produce, trashed 2 registers, stole money, and threw a bottle at the cashier. At Rite Aid, the store was ransacked, a customer hit by a bottle and robbed. Over at U Farmland, more produce was thrown, $1,000 in cash taken from the register, and flowers were also taken.
Of course, they're very scared, you know. Yeah.
This all began last night at a vigil for 16-year-old Kamani Gray. Gray, a reported gang member, was shot and killed by police after allegedly pulling a gun on them over the weekend. The vigil quickly turned into a violent protest. The family of Kamani disputes claims he had a gun on him. Earlier today, the police commissioner and city councilman Jumaane Williams, a critic of NYPD policy, had a heated exchange.
I noticed you didn't mention anything about a 16-year-old with a gun. The other evening that brought about this.
Well, I will think what you want to do is belittle the problem. So we're not going to pretend that what happened yesterday was just one incident. It is not about the details of one shooting. It is about how you and the NYPD and the mayor have reacted to these communities. So I'll cancel the rest of my afternoon and have you come to the community and walk with me and talk to some of the people so they can see that someone cares
I go to
about
community meetings all the time.
No,
I
I'm
understand that's a photo op that you would like.
Not a photo op.
Back at the vandalized stores, registers have been replaced, fruit put back on shelves. The only thing seemingly different is the obvious presence of police, a welcome sight for some. Are you concerned about it happening again?
I hope not. I hope not.
One local store owner tells me as a precaution tonight, beginning at 7, they're going to close in part of the outdoor produce section with tarp. As for last night, police are asking anyone with information to give them a call. We are live in the East Flatbush section of Brooklyn. Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Alice.
Destroying my store, destroying my business.
My solution is shut it down. I wouldn't care.
They're teens, some call them thugs. They've invaded and taken over this gas station. And the owner says they're about to put him out of business. On the edge tonight, a gas station owner who says a gang of young punks walked into his business and refused to leave, scaring away his customers, acting like they own the place. In fact, that's exactly what they told Fox 2's Alexis Wiley when she confronted those guys.
How would you feel if your business was being held hostage by a group of teenagers? That's exactly what's happening at one Detroit gas station. The owner says these teens aren't just a nuisance, they're getting dangerous.
There's a lot of good people around here, you know. They're my customer. We dealt with them for years.
But a lot of those good people don't come here anymore because this man may own this gas station, but they're the ones running it.
This is Bad Crew gas station.
Bad Crew gas station?
Bad Crew.
What's that?
If you don't know, I can't even tell you.
If you think this kid's got some nerve, take a look at what these teens do when they think no one's watching.
30, 40 guys in front of the station, inside the store, destroying my store, destroying my business.
The store's surveillance cameras capture large groups of young men just hanging out inside the store, smoking cigarettes. This guy gets so comfortable that he sits on the counter and actually spits into the sink. The owner says most of this happens while he's gone. The clerks are usually too scared to say anything, so they just quit.
I have 4 kids. I can't even go and see my kids.
What do police do when you call them and they get here and see all these guys?
Well, see, when they come here, everybody leave. 2 minutes later, they come back and lowering again.
Undercover narcotics officers are here fairly often, and teens are being arrested. But as you can see, that's not enough to stop them or get them to care.
Just these past 2 weeks, there's been people here from Reverend Marvin Winer's ministry that's come here and has tried to, talk to the young people to give them some type of incentive. But it's just, it's just out of hand. It's just been going too long.
People are scared and don't want to come here because
there's
so many.
That's his fault.
They see me cleaning outside, they get mad. Why you keep cleaning? Why you doing this? It's a neighborhood, it's a hood station.
We tried to raise young people around here that they would be concerned and care about the area. And, you know, and this is what we have to contend with.
The owner says he'd walk away from this place if he didn't owe so much. Meanwhile, he keeps working and keeps hoping that these teens find somewhere else to hang out.
Your head's always here. What's gonna happen? Is someone's gonna get shot? Is someone's gonna rob you? It's just too much stuff.
Now, I contacted Detroit police. They tell me they will continue to respond to calls for help. Meanwhile, the best thing for this owner to do is to hire an off-duty police officer to protect his station at some of the worst hours. He tells me that is something that he is now prepared to do. I'm Alexis Wiley, Fox 2 News.
Just before 2 a.m. on Saturday, as many as 36 young people entered this 7-Eleven store in Germantown. The store owner says they took numerous items off the shelves, then walked out without paying. It appears to be a flash mob, similar to ones taking place in Philadelphia. The owner of the 7-Eleven provided a copy of the video to News 4, but he didn't want the specific location of the store identified. We spoke to his son by phone. Is this one of these flash mobs?
That's what it looks like from the video. You can see in the video that about 25 to 35 teenagers enter the store all at once. They grab everything they can grab and they run out of the store. It looks like it's pretty organized.
According to the store owner's son, Mohammed Jahanzib, the clerk was helpless. Once he realized what was happening, he hit the panic button behind the register, which alerts police to a robbery. The clerk did not confront anyone who was taking items off the shelves.
It's shocking to see they're not afraid of any repercussions from their actions. They're all smiling, they're laughing about it, they're grabbing everything you grab and they just run right out of the store. It's like they're not afraid of law enforcement.
Jahanzib says Montgomery County Police did respond, but after the flash mob was gone. He says an officer looked at the video but did not take a copy of it. He says the officer told him it would be hard to catch people based on these images. Jahanzib says most of the people took candy, drinks, chips, and ice cream. Small ticket items. Police say it would be considered shoplifting.
We're going to take this very seriously. The number of people involved in this clearly had a plan. This was an orchestrated event, and they were in control of that store for the minute or so they were in there taking items off the shelves.